It's a great privilege to honor our friend Patty Zinder Grossman. Her story is one of faith, courage, resilience, passion, hospitality, and tikkun olam, meaning she is a repairer of the world, bringing God's justice and righteousness wherever she goes with her gracious, generous, and welcoming spirit. In words and in deeds, she gives others a sense of joy, goodness, and a feeling of being loved. This God-given gift, an overwhelming awareness of something powerful, is gleaned from her extraordinary ability to see the light of God in other people. Her story begins in a beautiful old schoolhouse, full of love, in the small town of Stafford, Kansas. She was born there on the farm, delivered by her father, the second of 4 children of Phyllis and Bill Brownlee. Her parents claimed she was the happiest child from the moment she was born. Affectionately known as Patty Cake, she thought her parents hung the moon. Her mother taught 2nd grade and her dad was a wheat farmer. As she grew, she enjoyed helping her mother grade papers and marveled at the idea of becoming a teacher. She attended Kansas State University to study early childhood education. College life suited her well. The people, the friendships, and a passion for KSU basketball. In her sophomore year, she met Bob Zinder, a player for the Wildcats, who was the best basketball player to come out of Edina, Minnesota. They fell in love and were married right after her junior year. Bob found a job with Hallmark Cards, and they set up their first home in Omaha. Along the way, Bobby, Matt, and Andrew were born, who were truly the light of her life. She cherished the years of raising her boys, teaching her sons with loving laughter to live generously, take life as it comes, and be steadfast in their faith. Then, by God's grace, Bob was hired as the vice president at Bogdan's Candy, a unique, wonderful hometown candy company in Kansas City. They loved the community and relationships they developed with neighbors and families. One special relationship was with their pediatrician, Harvey Grossman, who also happened to be Matthew's baseball coach. More about that later. She volunteered at school, taught CCD at Nativity, and supported the boys in their activities. She felt a need to further support our community and joined the Junior League of Wyandotte and Johnson counties in Kansas. This is where we met. It was the beginning of a spiritual, enduring, and meaningful friendship. A few years later, Patty noticed a job opening for the preschool director at Village Church. As we sat on her porch, I encouraged her to apply and, of course, would love to take credit for bringing her to Village. But Judy Cooper made that call. We are grateful that Patty accepted the invitation. Remarkably, during her tenure, Patty developed accreditation in record time for quality and excellence at Village Church Preschool from the National Association of Education of Young Children. She got involved with Presbyterian women and embraced the opportunity for growth, leadership, and friendships. And then her path took another turn. Bob unexpectedly passed away. She describes it as a time she could not take another breath. Through the love given by her family, our pastoral staff, and her Stephen minister, she found good coming out of these difficult days. From the compassionate care she received, she wanted to help others and felt a gentle molding into service of church. She became a Stephen minister, joined the once-a-month choir, volunteered for Women Build, a service day for Habitat for Humanity, and joined a Village Connect group. Her qualities of commitment, integrity, inspiration, and intuition quickly led to many leadership positions, including PW co-moderator, board member for Te Deum and the DRMP, and ordination as a deacon and an elder. Her family remains central to her being. She has been blessed with 3 joyful women as their daughters-in-law, whom, as she describes, love her sons deeply, tenderly, and beautifully. Her 6 beautiful grandchildren have enriched her life even more. And God's hand intervened once again. Over several months, she kept running into Harvey Grossman, her beloved pediatrician, who was also a widower. One day, he called to ask her out on a date. They quickly discovered a common integrity, a sense of easy laughter, and a passion for life. She recognized that familiar light of God in this tender-hearted man who describes her as beautiful inside and out. 10 months later, surrounded by family, they married. Their strong love of God and deep reverence for the divine creates a home filled with love, learning, laughter, and peace. In closing, I asked Patty what advice she would give to her grandchildren. Without hesitation, she replied, Make God your centerpiece. Pour your soul into family. Go forward in confidence and follow those moments you feel the most fulfilled. Patty, we feel the warmth of your radiant light. We applaud your gift to awaken joy, your soulful knowledge of the divine, and your wondrous spirit. May the light always shine brightly on your path. Congratulations.
It's such a great story when I talk about what brought me to Village, and it was in the 1980s, early 80s, and at that point, my family and I lived in Minneapolis, and we were visiting Kansas City with some dear college friends, the Converse family, who still attends here at Village, and it was Palm Sunday, and they invited us to worship with them that day, and little did we know what we were in for. The doors opened, and in walks Father Bob with a donkey, a live donkey coming down the aisle with children waving the palms, shouting Hosanna and singing. And it was the most moving experience I had ever had. And I thought to myself, if we ever get to Kansas City, I want to come back to Village. It's really hard to put into words what Village Church has given to me and my family. The 12 years that I spent as director, that really defined and helped shape me as a person of faith, a woman of faith, and a woman in the education field. Judy Cooper was my boss, and there could be no finer person or PW, Presbyterian woman, than Judy Cooper. And her light and her leadership, along with Debbie Smith, who is still there today, working with young children. We had an amazing staff, a remarkable set of parents that truly defined what excellence in early childhood was all about. And I loved being part of it. I loved being part of that. And it was a great opportunity for me to give back to the church that I truly loved. What Village has done for me since those days have ended is truly probably more remarkable and more a piece of who I truly am. Village Church has given me light, and they've given me a path to wellness, a path to encourage other women to join in, be part of the leadership of Presbyterian women, or just be part of the everyday opportunities that are given us, whether it's being part of a circle, whether it's joining in as a deacon or as an elder. And Village Church has really solidified for me my faith life and how I approach each and every day. They were there for me in the most difficult times of my life when I lost my husband, Bob, and the path that I was put on for wellness, for regaining my sense of balance again in this world. It has everything to do with Village Church, but ultimately it has to do with God and His divine nature and how He puts people in our path. One such woman who I hold dear is Julie Foster. She truly does embody what it's all about to be a faithful Christian woman, and I want to thank her for being part of this. And so today I'm thrilled to have my husband Harvey Grossman with me today, and my dear mother-in-law, Harvey's two sisters, along with my sister-in-law, and of course my three sons. And I truly call them men for others too. I just can't thank the committee enough. I appreciate the PW leadership for creating this day, this moment in time that I'll always remember. And thank you, all of you, for your faith and trust in me. I appreciate it.